back to the deep dive. Today, we're taking a closer look at a really powerful, maybe overlooked 2011 film. It's called Miss Baja. And it's a great example of, the terrifying power of just one decision, one moment. So our mission today is to unpack this film using the critique we've got here. And it's more than just a thriller, right? It's really a masterclass in that cause and effect idea.
Yeah, absolutely.
How one sort of innocent hope spirals completely out of control. Life-altering stuff for the main character.
And it throws you right in. I mean, this film doesn't pull punches. It gives you this really stark, uncompromising view of the drug war realities in Mexico and how easily ordinary people get swallowed up by it.
Right.
It sets up this world where the lines between, say, the authorities and organized crime aren't just blurry. They're like totally interwoven. It's not really good versus evil. It's more chaos versus just powerlessness.
Okay, let's dig into that setup then. The focus is Laura. Stephanie Sigmund plays her. She's young, 23, living on the outskirts of Tijuana, working with her family. They run a laundry service. Pretty normal life, seems like. But she has this big dream.
Yeah.
And that ambition, it drives the whole story. She wants to enter the Miss Baja California beauty pageant and win it.
Right.
It's not just vanity, though. For her family, winning means like a real step up in life.
Yeah.
A way out, maybe. Visibility, social mobility, that sort of thing.
And that's the crushing irony, isn't it? She's chasing this symbol of glamour, aspiration, and that exact path leads her straight into the darkness she's trying to escape.
Wow.
Her friend, Jessica, helps her get to the audition. And to celebrate just that little victory, they go out to a local club.
Okay.
And the film is careful here. It makes a point, maybe subtly, of showing who's in the VIP section. You've got police officials, local politicians, powerful businessmen, all mingling.
Okay, so that's the visual clue.
Exactly. It's the film's shorthand, its first real warning flare. It's telling you, look, the corruption isn't hidden away. It's right there, drinking champagne, next to the girl with the innocent dream.
And right there, that's where it all goes wrong. Aspiration meets pure chaos. Laura just steps away for a second to the restroom, and bam, the club is attacked violently by a drug cartel, just immediate bloodshed.
Yeah.
But the key moment, the pivot, is when she's found hiding. The cartel leader, he lets her go.
Yeah, he lets her go. She's not killed.
Why? Why let her go?
Well, that's where that cause and effect thing really kicks in, right? If she'd been killed, story over. But because she's found, identified, she becomes useful, a potential asset. The leader, Lino Valdez, he makes sure he knows who she is, where she lives. That one moment, that terrifying recognition ties her to the whole mess. Her life is basically forfeit now, not because of anything she did, but just because of who saw her.
And the aftermath is just, it's heartbreaking. Because she's still trying to hold on to her old life, isn't she?
Totally. She tries to find Jessica, her friend, and almost painfully, she tries to get her dress back from the crime scene, her only dress for the pageant. She's clinging to that illusion, the pageant dream, even with everything that just happened.
But she can't get the dress, can't find Jessica.
Fails on both counts. And because she misses those first rehearsals, that one path she saw, the pageant, it's just gone. Her legitimate dream is dead.
So she's adrift.
Completely adrift. And that's when the cartel offers this, perverse lifeline.
In the form of the leader, Lino Valdez. Noe Hernandez plays him. He tracks her down.
Yep.
And he uses her dream against her, that desperation for the pageant. He actually promises to get her back into the competition if she does things for him.
It's incredibly cruel manipulation, isn't it?
So targeted.
Yeah. It feels almost like a caricature, like a standard villain move. How does the film stop him from just being, mustache-twirling evil?
That's a good point. I think the film makes him feel real through his pragmatism. He doesn't seem pointlessly cruel. He's just ruthlessly effective. He sees her motivation, that desperate need for a step up, and realizes she's exploitable.
Right. She's clean. Nobody in the underworld knows her, and she's driven by that original dream. He just weaponizes her vulnerability.
Right.
And you see it straight away. Her first task, deliver a car with packages inside to a local police station.
Wait, to the police station?
To the police station. Think about that. The destination itself just hammers home the corruption we were talking about. The police are just another stop on the cartel's delivery route.
Wow. And how does that go?
Predictably badly for Laura. A police ambush, a sudden violent shootout. Laura, who is just dreaming of pageant walks, is suddenly in a war zone.
Oh, my God.
She barely makes it out alive, and the irony, Lino Valdez himself pulls her out of the danger, the guy who put her there.
So she survives that, But now what?
Now the spiral tightens. She survived the cartel's job, but now both sides know her. The police identify her, they catch up with her.
Okay, finally maybe some help.
Nope. Instead of protecting her, they pressure her.
Yeah.
They want her to be their informant.
Oh, come on.
She's completely trapped, caught between the cartel who uses her and the police who also want to use her. She's got nowhere to turn, forced to negotiate with both sides just to survive.
This is where the film really goes beyond just being a thriller, isn't it? It becomes this commentary. The source material mentions it's loosely based on real events.
Right, and that grounding in reality gives that feeling of helplessness such weight. There's no safe haven, no moral high ground for Laura to find. And if you think about the bigger picture, for you, the listener, trying to understand these things, the key takeaway is how the film deliberately erases the line between criminals and authorities.
Yeah.
It shows this chilling overlap. The army, the police, the cartel, they're often interchangeable players in the same game.
So who do you trust?
Exactly. That institutional merger just blurs everything. Friend, foe. Impossible to tell.
Yeah.
When Laura tries to get help from the police, they don't offer safety. They demand she work for them. When she tries to run from the cartel, the military intercepts her and hands her right back to them. It's not like the system is broken. The film suggests this is the system.
And it all runs on transactions, doesn't it? The film really emphasizes that. Everything's for sale. A life, safe passage information.
Absolutely. It's not just about cartels buying off cops. It's this huge network.
Yeah.
People selling out just to keep their power or get a little advantage. It's not about ideology, twisted or otherwise. It's just business. Brutal, corrupt business.
That feeling of being utterly trapped.
Yeah.
It really brings us to how the director, Gerardo Naranjo, decided to tell this story. Like, the camera stays almost entirely with Laura, right?
Yeah, it's nearly always her perspective. She's in almost every shot. We follow her. We see her psychological state shift.
And the source describes her reaction as muted, like an almost dislocated state.
Yes, that's a great description. She's reacting. She's definitely surviving moment to moment. But she rarely, if ever, acts with real agency. She's more like a spectator to her own nightmare.
She never takes charge of the situation.
Never. Which is crucial. It's not a story about her fighting back in a conventional way.
And Stephanie Sigman's performance is key to that.
Yeah.
The review calls it superb, and it contrasts it with, like, typical dramatic reactions, weeping and wailing you might expect. She's quiet. Still, doesn't that risk making it less traumatic, though? If she's so quiet in the face of all this terror?
You'd think so, maybe. But Naranjo and Sigman make that quietness incredibly powerful. It suggests this deep internal trauma that's almost beyond tears. It's shock, maybe acceptance, like her moral compass is just shattered.
Okay.
And by using lots of close-ups on her face, the director makes us, the audience, read the turmoil in her eyes. There's no need for lots of dialogue or her calling a friend or having a sidekick to explain things to.
Right.
That economy, just relying on her subtle expressions in these moments of crisis, that's really skillful filmmaking and acting.
And Naranjo backs this up with that documentary style. Lots of handheld camera work, you said.
Yeah, it keeps you grounded, feeling like you're right there in the chaos with her. He deliberately avoids anything that feels too slick or Hollywood.
Let's talk about that style with a specific scene. The review mentions a crossfire sequence as a key example.
Ah, yeah.
Apparently, it stripped away all the usual action movie tricks. No slow motion, no soaring music, no witty lines, not even much build-up.
Exactly right. In a standard action flick, that scene would be choreographed, maybe even look cool, thrilling.
But not here.
No. In Miss Baja, it's just immediate, confusing, messy, and frankly ugly. It makes the danger feel incredibly real because it refuses to entertain you with it. It just happens.
And that choice reinforces the theme, right? This is real-world tragedy, not some action movie.
Precisely. It hammers home the point.
So, overall assessment.
The source calls it very well made and absorbing, and notes it really should have found a bigger audience when it came out. It's definitely essential viewing if you want to grasp the complexity, the human cost of this kind of systemic corruption.
Okay, so let's boil it down. What does this deep dive mean for you, the listener?
Well, the film's power is in that relentless cause and effect plotting, and how it uses that raw documentary style to show corruption not as an exception, but as the system itself.
Yeah.
It shows how easily a simple dream can be twisted, weaponized, and how fast a moral world can just dissolve.
And I think the film ultimately paints this picture of a world where the line we think exists between the protector, like the police, and the aggressor, the criminal, that line is just gone. It's non-existent.
Right.
So for you, trying to make sense of power structures, trying to find clarity.
Yeah.
It raises a really tough question, doesn't it? How do you even begin to think critically to separate fact from manipulation when the very sources you might turn to for truth, the authorities, maybe even the media sometimes, are potentially part of the corruption? When the supposed protectors are indistinguishable from the exploiters? What does that mean for how you view the systems around you, the ones meant to keep you safe?
That is a heavy, provocative thought to end on, a really crucial question raised by this film.
Yeah.
Thank you for diving deep with us into the, well, the crushing reality presented in Miss Bala. Until next time, keep exploring and definitely keep asking those critical questions.